I used to believe that I just wasn't good at English. No matter how hard I tried, I always made mistakes. I couldn't remember vocabulary. And when I tried to speak, my voice shook. In class, I stayed quiet. I didn't want to sound stupid. Every day, I told myself, I'm just not smart enough. My friends improved, but I stayed the same. I felt like a failure. One night, after another bad day in class, I looked in the mirror. I asked myself, why are you still doing this? I almost gave up. But deep inside, a small voice said, what if the problem isn't your ability, but your mindset? That night, I searched online. How to build a positive mindset. I found a video that changed everything. It said, you don't fail when you make mistakes. You fail when you stop trying. That line hit me hard. I realized I had been fighting against myself all along. Maybe I didn't need to be perfect. I just needed to be consistent. From that moment, I decided to try again. But with a new way of thinking. The next morning, I wrote something on a small piece of paper and stuck it on my wall. Mistakes are part of progress. Every time I felt frustrated, I read that message. In class, I started answering questions, even if I wasn't sure. My hands still shook. My voice still cracked. But I kept speaking. I also changed my study routine. Instead of studying grammar rules all day, I listened to English podcasts while walking. I watched simple shows with subtitles. I spoke to myself in English in the mirror. Most importantly, I stopped comparing myself to others. I told myself, this is my journey. And it's okay to go slow. Slowly, I saw small changes. I understood more. I could form sentences faster. One day, my teacher smiled and said, I see improvement in you. That sentence felt like sunshine. It was working. Not just because I studied more, but because I stopped giving up when things got hard. Changing my mindset didn't make English easier overnight, but it gave me hope. And hope made me stronger. Just when I started feeling good, a new problem came. We had to do a group presentation in front of the class. I was scared. My heart pounded. I almost asked my teacher if I could skip it. The old me would have hidden. But now, I had a choice. So, I practiced my part again and again. I recorded myself. I watched it and made small changes. I told myself, you don't have to be perfect. Just be brave. On the day of the presentation, my hands were cold. I stood up. I forgot a word in the middle and froze. Everyone looked at me. But instead of panicking, I smiled and said sorry. Let me try that again. And I did. I finished my part. When I sat down, my group clapped. Even the teacher smiled and said, that was honest and strong. Later, a classmate told me, you're getting really confident. That one sentence felt better than any grade. I realized that fear doesn't disappear. But courage gets bigger when we believe in ourselves. As time passed, I improved more than just my English. I started waking up with more energy. I began trying new things. Reading books in English. Writing short stories. And even helping classmates. My teacher asked me to lead a small study group. Me. The student who used to hide in the back now helped others. I realized this mindset change wasn't just helping my English. It was helping my whole life. I felt happier. I believed in myself. And people around me noticed. My friends said I seemed different. In a good way. Every time I wanted to give up, I looked at that piece of paper on my wall. Mistakes are part of progress. That message gave me strength. Because I now understood. Success isn't about never failing. It's about learning, growing, and continuing even when things feel hard. If you're feeling stuck like I was, I want you to know something important. You're not bad at English. You just need the right mindset. Start by changing the way you talk to yourself. Be kind. Say, I'm learning. Say, it's okay to make mistakes. Try new ways to learn. Watch English videos. Talk to friends. Or write in a journal. But most of all, don't give up. Your mindset is the key. Once you believe in yourself, you'll start seeing results. Not just in English, but in everything. I'm still learning. And I still make mistakes. But I no longer feel like a failure. I feel like a learner. And that has made all the difference. So if you feel like quitting, don't. Change your thoughts. Change your actions. And watch your story change too. Vocabulary highlights. Mindset. The way a person thinks. Frustrated. Feeling annoyed or upset. Consistent. Doing something regularly. Progress. Improvement over time. Routine. Daily or regular habits. Presentation. Speaking in front of others. Panic. Sudden fear or worry. Courage. Being brave in difficult situations. Confident. Feeling sure of yourself. Journey. A long process of learning or growing.